He's blending pretty well with the environment. You should give him like a +3 to his stealth rolls, okay? Just because of that.
Right. Because I couldn't find him in real life. He gets a bonus.
Exactly. I think that's a good rule.
Hidden from DM sight.
Yep.
I like my explosive decal. This is fun. Kerboom. Where's my other one? Here it is.
What was I important?
Is it not working?
No.
Shit. I used to have a lightning bolt.
Mm.
All right. So, where we last left off in Dungeons and Dragons, you were locked in combat with a Earth Drake. Earth Drakes are enormous creatures, naturally. This gargantuan beast is full of elemental energy, encased in a thick carapace of the hardest rock, and it's able to emit a tremendous blast of psychic energy and destroy people's minds. He's already done considerable damage with his previous attacks. I think I had notes here, but you guys did manage to hit it before we ended our session last week. You did manage to hit it with a stun incapacitation effect, which lasts until Ringsight's next turn.
Did I attack him?
Where we last left off, it was... Let's see, it was supposed to get a legendary action. It didn't have any legendary saves left. And then that means it wasn't its turn. It was going after somebody else went.
Oh, no. I did act. I remember I had to do a strength roll and get back on my feet. And then as a bonus action, I transformed into the fire element.
Okay.
Because I got knocked down on my feet. I had all these rocks and rubbles on me.
Okay, so there's a lair action that's going to trigger. So, alright. The cavern trembles as a low guttural chanting rises from the fractured lava tubes and volcanic rocks surrounding the battlefield. The ground itself seems to breathe. From the walls and floor, dozens of small, twisted humanoid figures begin to emerge. Their skin is the color of cracked obsidian and sulfur-stained stone, patchy with coarse mineral-encrusted hair. Oversized black claws scrape against rock as they phase through solid stone without disturbing a single grain of sand. Their eyes glow with a faint geothermal light, and they are wide with religious fervor. You fought these before in the iron mines of Tyr. They were hedgekin, and many of them are quite small and weak compared to you, but these are powerful Hedgekin Earth Shapers. They have clerical magic of the earth, and they are surrounded by small hordes of lesser Hedgekin when they do appear. So they will begin coming out from various places all over here and here and here and here. All right. That's going to force a new initiative. I have to add them. So, new NPC, Hedgekin. Hedgekins have a +3. Alright, so this is sort of like a lair action to interrupt, and it resets the whole initiative. Because the entire chamber begins to shake violently, and the walls are distorting and cracking open, the Earth Shapers are going to emerge and take a surprise action to start a new initiative. So They earth glide in. So they come out of the walls and the floor, even the ceiling. And they had very good camouflage and they were not making any sound, so they get a sneak attack. They're going to make a number of claw attacks. Let me get my dice here. Yeah, actually, maybe I'll do it on the table. Save a camera here, and then I'll go to the dice roller. Okay, so here come 4 attacks. A little bit of math.
Oh, ringside on top. Damn it. Slow your initiative, ringside. You got to, man.
A Hedgekin Claw, if it lands, it's going to do 7... No, it's going to do 12 slashing damage plus an additional 7 thunder damage from vibrating stone energy. So, what's that come to? 19. 19 damage on a hit if they hit. And we have... This one here is going to attack more. And some more... I've got a 24 and a 12 with its 2 claws. Slash slash. I imagine the 12 misses. The 24 probably hits. So you take that 19 damage. Are you resistant in your elemental form? Long? Long?
If it's non-magical, yeah.
Okay, so the 12 physical damage, you only take 6 of that. So it's like 13 total damage. No. And the other one here is going after this one that was attacking, the summoned greater fire elemental, and it's going to take 2 swings at it, a 25 and a 23. Both of those are going to hit. So it's going to... it probably has the same resistance,
Yep.
right? So you also take 13 damage from each of those hits, so 26
26. Okay, I'll take it up.
on the summoned greater fire elemental. So this Hedgekin wails on the elemental and then quickly submerges into the ground where it can't be hit. The same with this one. Its attack was swift. It did damage and then it retreated. Ring Sight is going to be attacked by this one.
Yes, I need promotion, please.
And Grimorn is going to be attacked by this one.
You need what?
Promotion on the table.
Promotion.
Oh, sorry. Did you end up finding Orn?
Yeah, I did not find it.
He's so well hidden.
I know. Once you know where it is, it's not that bad, but
Was he not just like in the room? Oh, he's right over here in this room.
he's pretty good at hitting, huh?
What's your AC, Grimorn? 29?
29, yeah.
29. So I need to roll a 22 to hit you. Basically a crit. Okay, so attack, not crits.
Daka.
Multiple claw attacks come in, and the little creature shrieking as it claws at you, and then it submerges into the earth.
Well, actually, the creature that hit the fire elemental is going to be taking damage, huh?
Yeah.
Did you give him the fire damage?
No, you didn't roll it.
Oh. Sorry. What is it for a greater? It takes 5 damage, 5 each hit.
All right. He landed 2. He takes 10 damage.
Yep.
He's got some burning hairs, but he's mostly made of stone, so he's not very flammable.
You gotta melt them down.
Okay, so each of those attacks was from a number of smaller hedgekin. Now, in each of these packs of hedgekin, there's like one central leader, the Earth Shaper. And the Earth Shaper is going to shout out a bunch of things that are in Terran, the Earth Elemental language. Does anybody speak Terran?
Nope, not me.
But I don't remember how you run this. Is that it's part of the primordial language?
Do you have Primordial?
Speak Orin, which is the dialect of the primordial. Like usually, okay, actually, I just speak from. It's just listed as speaking primordial in here. So yes.
Primordial, typical speaker, elementals. Maybe they made it less diverse, because you used to have like different sub-languages, and I thought it mattered.
I don't remember it ever mattering, like even back in the 2014. If you speak one of the primordial languages, then you can speak all of them. It's just like a dialectical thing. Double check.
So this person says, I treat Primordial as the elemental equivalent of Common, while Orantaran, Ignan, and Aquan are more like racial languages. So every elemental would speak the language appropriate to their type, but only more cosmopolitan elementals speak Primordial.
Cosmopolitan element.
So that's like the haughty British version of Primordial, instead of
I feel like I should just be able to understand the broad notes of what they're saying.
You have a point. You do have a point. You can kind of get a gist of it. However, the delivery is considerably different because they're speaking vocal cord elements, like all of the parts of their anatomy that speak. Like those parts are all stone based, and so everything they say sounds gravelly and concussive, and so you'll have a very hard time sort of understanding. But basically, the Hedgekin is shouting, "Kragthar Umak Draka!" And you feel like he's saying something about the gods and bleeding, like our god is wounded, and Shilvak Torak Hedgekin, and they're saying, "Defilers, kill the enemy of the Hedgekin." So you're getting the gist that they consider you enemies that are attacking their deity, which is the Earth Drake. They worship it like a god, and they're here to protect their god, and so they're fighting with everything.
What exactly are Hedgekin?
Hedgekin are Earth elemental based creatures. They phase through Earth, they feed on minerals, and they live in mines. They previously had attacked the Tyrian iron mines to try to consume any crystal and metal that they could find down there. They're sort of like the Dark Sun equivalent of like a, what's that thing, like the rust monster, right? In a world with very little metal, they want to eat it.
Well, this is unfortunate. If they were just little dudes living underground, liking the dirt, I may have considered not attacking them. But their god keeps making earthquakes, and they want to eat all our stuff.
They're humanoids. They're fairly intelligent, but they tend to be very alien compared to a human being or a surface dweller. And so there's not much chance of diplomacy, but you'd like to try. Would you like to say something back to them in your Orin version of their language?
Screw it, sure, why not? Channel divinity.
Well, no, not a turn. I'm just saying, like,
Oh,
they're
okay.
shouting stuff. Do you want to respond to their dialogue? That's free. You can always just talk, so it's not in turns for that.
Your god need not die. Open yourself to parley.
Okay. You have wounded it. It's got 130 damage on it, and it's currently stunned and incapacitated. I'm not sure they're going to believe you, but maybe I can roll it. All right, the Hedgekin's insight. It's pretty good. Pretty good insight. They're not going to believe you.
What? But I'm telling the truth.
Your party members are too aggressively postured until they withdraw from their god. They're unlikely to believe you. So, in that case, the Hedgekin are chanting, Truka, Truka, Umak Truka, and they're basically saying the stone claims all, the stone devours all, and they're going to, they're going to start saying war cries of various kinds.
I thought you said war crimes.
Yeah, they're not doing war crimes, they are shouting war cries. Alright, so all of them are going to take a protective posture, encircling their priests to defend them against attack from these outsiders. And that's their turn. Ringside! Now it's your move.
Oh, now it's my turn.
Yeah.
Is the Drake... This is the one that was causing the earthquakes, right?
Yeah.
And it can't can it understand words?
Can you talk to
Right.
an Earth Drake?
Oh my god. You
Yep,
tried it with
that's-
Fire Drake, you know?
The problem is they have animal intelligence and no language. So psionics might convey concepts, but you're not going to have a deep dialogue with them.
It's stunned right now, yes?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Incapacitated by your previous turn.
We must kill it!
No.
I believe
Why
at the
waste
end
it
of your
all?
turn, it will stop being stunned.
What was that Autobot line?
Let's kill it now.
No, he... Shut up, Decepticon. No sacrifice is too great in the service of freedom, or something like that. No. I'm thinking of something that... Oh, right. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
It's not sentient.
Sapient,
Kinda.
whatever.
Animal intelligence?
Yeah. It's a beast.
I don't want to stop it from just existing, but it also can't do it here. So...
It's going down.
How far away is it?
From you?
Yes.
20 feet.
Yeah, it's being, like, blocked by the little minions.
In between you and it, there is a large
Not
pack
doing
of
a good
Hedgekin
job of being
Earthshaper.
air powered.
There's also a large structure of stone. I'm not sure. Were you flying?
I think my wings should be out.
I believe you did fly up, so your character is at an elevated position where you can see down into the crater to see the creature.
Okay, I'm gonna fly on top of it.
Alright, so you got like 30 feet of movement. You're going to try to fly up and over the stunned creature. I'll block you there.
I think you should try to pet it.
What an excellent idea. May have had
Yeah, you should just walk straight into his mouth, too.
You're gonna heal it.
I will heal it for 10 points in
What?
full view of all the little bastards.
Well,
Alright.
you know, Just let me explain you something. Fire bars are coming your way, and you're not in the zone of protection.
So you have healed it, and you have psychically told it that it should withdraw to a different location. That's the gist of it, right?
Yep, that's about it.
Okay.
Gee, wait though, that
Are,
is
are
not
you
knocked out.
entering the spiky ball of thorns?
Oh yeah.
The spiky ball of what?
He flew over it. He's not touching it. He's just
The wall
above
of
it.
thorns.
Yeah, I flew
Oh,
over
are
that.
you healing it from range? Okay.
No,
Well,
he had to
I'm
touch
healing
it.
Doing
from
some
on
top.
top.
So he probably does come in contact with the thorns if he has to touch it to heal it.
Oh, the Lord of the elephant, the winged elephant, is going to be so disappointed about you.
All right, so
Figure
ring
it
The
out.
sight.
great elephant is not a purely elemental god, alright?
Hang on. So he was unaware. Ring sight. You go in for the healing hand, but there are thorns there. You are aware you'll injure yourself. I'm not going to force it. What do you want to do instead?
How much damage?
That's like what 78 or something like that. It
It's
was-
78 piercing. Yeah.
it's pretty rough.
78 piercing damage.
It's a
or
big spell.
half if you make a dex saving throw.
Seven D8.
Also, I don't
Yeah.
think you can just run away because. Yes.
Like 28 damage probably.
And you're going to be slowed.
It doesn't slow
Committed.
him. It's just if he's trying to move through it or back out. Oh god. Can
Winner
you even
commit,
roll a
press
dex
the
save
button.
DC 24 or no?
He might.
I cannot make that.
Oh, rough.
Okay. You're going to hit all of.
You're so going to get killed. Sarah.
Oh, his determination.
Alright, you're getting poked with 41 points of piercing damage for stabbing your hand on the thorn wall.
Ow.
You're going to die this round. I'm just saying.
This
You're
is
not.
entirely. Wait.
you
you're not
you
fine.
are.
You're gonna have a hard time. Like you're trying. I don't know, man. Like
Oh, wait a second. I forgot I could do something.
Oh yeah.
Misty step 30 feet away.
Well, that'll get you out of taking the damage on the way out. But the initial damage on the way in, boy, those thorns scrape and pierce.
Okay, could they see me doing all that just now?
The Hedgekins, yeah, there's like, I don't know, like 20 Hedgekins that are all like looking for threats to their master. You didn't attack it, you just walked up to it and offered to heal it. So the Hedgekin now are looking favorably on ring sight, but they're still concerned about these giant fire elementals. What they're gonna say next, ring sight, you can make out some of what they say, but they are saying that the minions of the great fire Satan have come to claim God and tear
yeah.
God and end the world. So they have this whole mythology now that the fire drakes have sent these fire minions to defeat their earth god.
they're not entirely wrong.
Hey, what say you prove their mythology right, eh? Or wrong, dang it. I will humbly request that you not attack them this turn.
Alright, so the Earth Drake is no longer stunned at the end of your turn. It's going to feel the heal.
Oops. Oh shit. Where is? Oh, ringside is frozen. That's why. Trying to move him because he missed his step. No.
I locked him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can move him. The Earth
No, no,
Drake.
Step back to the priest.
Oh. No lag there.
Reading something here. So at the end of Ring Sight's turn, the Earth Drake is going to use one of its legendary actions. And it's going to... Just trying to... Okay, it's got 40 feet burrow. And it's reduced by what, 4 times? For every foot of movement it uses 4, right? So he can still move 10 feet with a move.
Why does my audio feel really quiet?
So, if he can get 10 feet of movement, and he's moving straight down to burrow out of the thorns, but he's a 20 by 20 creature, that means he's still technically in the thorns, right? He gets a dex save.
I guess so.
Yeah. Still, he's gonna pop up back into the thorns. Portions of his body, at least, yeah.
Well, he's going underground, and he gets a 18 on his dex save. He's got +7, so that's a 25. So 25 dex save. So save for half on your damage roll there, Mort. He's trying to get out of your thorns. He's going to take half of the damage.
20?
Okay.
All right, half of
He's
35.
taking
17.
35 slashing damage.
Okay. So he did roll a 25 dex save, so he resisted half of that, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So he is digging his way out, but he's going slow.
Is he coming back out?
He can get a dash, which is going to get him another 10 feet this turn. So that gets him half out. Okay, so half of his body is sticking out of the grounds and is still surrounded by thorns. And he ends his turn. That's going to make it Morg's turn. You can see that it's trying to burrow out of your trap. What do you do? In a turn, it will be free. But also,
Can I,
Ring Sight has...
magically reshape the earth.
Yeah, there's a earth shaping spell.
Just reorganize the earth so he's back where he started.
Move earth.
Okay, never mind. Earth drakes aren't going to be affected by the, like, if it's magic earth, like earth elementals are. Can I do? I guess I'm just going to. Don't really like what Ringside is doing. Like, I know he's saying not to attack it, but I'm gonna go and sunbeam it. So make a DC 24 con save.
How big are these squares, then, Ninja?
10-foot squares. Con. He's got a good con. He has a +17 and he rolls an 8, so that's a 25 con save.
Okay, so he takes half of. Did someone else roll the 7d8 radiant damage for you? It's lagging a lot.
I'll do it. half of 15 damage. All right. Anything else?
Just gonna use a little bit of my movement to fly further in the corner.
Oh, hang on. So this room has walls that they. Let me change the color on this.
You can go through that.
So this is a wall. This is a wall.
Oh, you can't go through that way.
So like this area down here is like a lower level
Trying to move over.
that you can get to through here. So you can't move through the wall that way. You could move towards where Orin is. You want to go into the crater over there? It gives you an extra +5 AC.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
All right. So you fly yourself over by Orin, and you gain the cover of a crater of stone. So the crater that you've gotten into is a burrow hole. The Earth Drake has previously burrowed up and down all over the place. So this whole area is full of Earth Drake burrows, and you're deep into a trench of one. All right. At the end of Morg's turn, the Earth Drake takes a legendary action. He gets an extra 5 feet. Oh, wait. It's 10 feet, which is 2.5. So each legendary is giving him 2.5, which means 2 of these is going to be an extra 5 feet of actual movement. That's legendary 1. Alright, Grimorn.
Spiritual Guardian.
You surround yourself in spirits. Are you going to charge in?
Yep. So this guy here and this guy around the corner are gonna take some damage too.
No, they aren't. They're immune.
To fire?
They're underground. They can't be touched by anything.
But this is a sphere.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't go through rock.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Wherever they appear, though. When they appear, let me know. And I am going to move towards it so it gets engulfed in it as well.
You got it. All right. The
Wisdom.
spirits.
Wisdom 25.
The spirits tear into him. Let's see if he can make a wisdom save. It's not his best roll.
Oh my god.
He only has a
Come
plus
on.
11. He fails.
Okay, so he's gonna be slowed. He is slowed and he will take re-rolling 1s and 2s. Want to re-roll? Plus 2, so 36 fire damage, radiant damage.
Bam.
36 radiant damage and he's slowed.
Well, that's really going to hurt his chances of getting out of this.
Yeah.
I tell them to stop resisting.
What? Just die! Stop resisting to her attacks.
No, as in stop. If you stop trying to escape, we'll stop hitting you.
All right. So at the end of Grimorn's turn,
Oh,
Legend
I'm
2
not-
triggers.
I am not done yet.
Okay.
I have a firestorm.
Did you not use the firestorm?
I'm attacking this guy. I'm not stopping. We're inside.
Well, you already cast a spell. That was your action.
Yes, but my the greater, a fire elemental, as an action too.
Oh, gotcha.
My buddy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. Oh, I'm not looking at the right creature. The fire elemental emits a fan of flame around it, and 15 feet must make a DC 15 Dex. All right.
You got it. He's probably gonna make this. Let's find out.
Yeah. On a failure, the target takes.
19. He makes it.
Burning cream. Does he take half the damage, or he just resists it? I guess he just resists it.
Yeah.
There's no failure. Man, this creature is bullshit. Doesn't do anything. Not against that thing though.
Yeah.
He's gonna stay around, and I tell him to yeah.
So for
around
reference, it's a CR9 trying to attack a CR24 creature.
I know.
It's a tough one.
What's it called? A grader. He's just a punch bag right now.
Would you like some lesser elemental?
He's just a punching bag right now.
You'd be even more disappointed with that.
I know. These elementals, they don't make them strong enough. Indeed.
Well, they don't have enough variety. They don't like stage them out.
That's true.
It's
Yeah,
not
no,
like
yeah.
Where you got the Baylor and the Maryland and the Drex and all the guys are different.
I'm gonna try to load something. Does this load?
There's not that much of a difference between the lower to the greater ones, you know?
We made it bigger.
Anyways. Oh, he's summoning this thing?
No, I just
I'm
had
done,
I had to spawn this in. Just not yet.
Okay. I am done yet, Ninja.
Okay. So at the end of Grimorn's turn, it takes its second legendary action, which gets it to 5 feet of movement. This is unrestricted movement because it's legendary, so it can't be slowed or affected in other ways. Or it doesn't trigger anything, I should say. It can be slowed, but it can't trigger anything like an attack of opportunity or extra damage from the thorns that it's got on him.
Yeah.
No.
He already took his damage from my effect anyways.
So
It's on his next turn.
he's currently at 25 feet. It's still not going to matter a whole lot.
Unless he stepped out of my zone and he got back into it, he already took his damage.
Alright. Skywill still isn't here, right? He did not reply yet. That's unfortunate. Let me open his character sheet. Give me just a moment. Now, I don't recall exactly. He was probably invisible, right?
Yes.
Alright. So, he is going to hide as a bonus action. And then he's going to pop out. And he's going to... No. He's going to hide after because he was already invisible. So he pops out, he attacks, sneak attack, then bonus action to hide. He throws a pair of soul knives. No, actually he's not going to do that. He feels like drakes are all resistant to psychic. He would know that. So instead of using his psychic attack, he's going to pull out a weapon. Gotta find out what kind of weapon he's got on tap here that he can pull out. I know he's got a bow.
This is yeah.
And he's got his Greyforge Storm Dart that he likes to throw.
You could do a surprise attack when those creatures show up again.
Let's see, is he 30 feet from it? I think he's got a bad position, so he would need to use his movement getting in a better spot. So he would use some of his flying, he would get to here, he would look down into the crater at the fleeing creature, he would try to throw his storm dart at it. He throws with advantage. It's +1 weapon. Attack roll plus 11. So we got 25, 25. The creature's armor class is 24, so that is a hit, and then he's going to inflict a certain amount of damage. Let's see. The dart itself does 3. And the dart multiplies into 2d6 darts, so 2d6. Alright, so the physical dart hit, and then we got 4 psychic darts. And the 4 psychic darts are each going to do an additional 3 damage. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15 damage. Oh, wait. Half of that, so 9 damage from his dart. And then his sneak attack is where all of the real damage is going to come from. And he's got... At his level, his sneak attack is 9d6. Bam. So, you can count on Orin to deliver some reliable heavy damage. He locks in 40, bringing the total to 49.
Is that exceptional?
No, he barely hit by 1. It was pretty close to not hitting.
He has a really high height.
He does, yeah. Alright, so that's Orin's turn. He will stop flying, which drops him to the ground, and then he hides flat against the ground. So, plop. Prone. Ranged attacks have disadvantage. Hidden. That was free movement, because it's a fall. And I'm gonna roll a dex save to avoid taking some of the damage.
Athletics.
He only needs a 15. He's got like I think minimum 25, so he's just gonna take the minimum. Alright. So that negates some of the fall damage. He will take just a little bit. He'll scuff his knees. "30-foot fall, he only takes 8 damage. He already had 4 on him, so now he's at -12. Okay, so that's Orin's turn. He shrugs, "That's the best I can do." And then at the end of that turn, I've got a 3rd legendary action, and the Earth Drake, he's going to let out a roar, and his legendary action is... Okay, a retaliatory psionic blast lashes out and hits Orin for an additional 4 damage. That was a legendary action as he was falling out of the sky. Okay, so the Hedgekin, they're underground, and instead of re-emerging from the ground, what they do is each of the Hedgekin clerics is going to summon forth an Earth Elemental to do its bidding. So we got one here, we got one here, we got one here, and we've got one here. So on the Hedgekin's turn, their summoned Earth Elementals are going to move to attack. Let me pull up the stats on Earth Elemental here. They're not that good, so... I don't know how effective these are going to be. Low-level elementals, we were just talking about how ineffective they are. CR 5. And then they have a +8 to hit, though, and they can hit for 13 damage, bludgeoning. That's not bad. And they get 2 slams each. So, let's see. Who are they slamming? We've got one that's trying to slam ring sight, and then this other one comes around the corner and will also try to slam ring sight. And then one's going to try to slam Orin.
Orin?
And then one of them's going to... Oh, he hit, right? So both of these are going to try to slam you.
Yeah. They'll take damage as they enter.
Yeah. How much damage do they take?
I'll reroll. And they're slowed as well, huh? When they get in the zone.
35.
Wait, I gotta reroll the 2. Hello.
Hey, sorry I'm late. I came as fast as I could. We got a lot going on here in the Hedden household.
No.
But I'm logging in.
Cool.
35 fire damage.
Got it.
And they are slowed.
All right. I've marked 35 and slow. Okay, so Gramorn, in your fire elemental form, you are a greater fire elemental. It gives you an AC of 14, right?
Yeah, that's lower.
Okay, so here come 2 attacks from the first elemental. Now these attacks are at +8. I think they're both gonna hit. All right, so each.
I'm resistant to bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So I think each will hit you for 6 damage then.
Alright.
So 6 and 6, total of 12. And then the other one, he comes in with his big stony hands and slams him down upon you. Oh, a crit. And that's a hit. So it'll be 12 and 6. That's another 18 damage. And then ring sight.
Oh wait, they're gonna be taking 10 fire damage each.
Yeah, because you're in fire form.
Yep.
You got it. I'll mark it up. Now they're at 45. You get a sense that they're not actually that badly injured. Maybe the stone starts to heat up a little bit, but they barely flinch because they're made of stone. And ring sight.
Yeah.
2 Hedgekin summoned earth elementals have just converged on your position. Each one of them raises its mighty stone hands and brings them down in a double-fisted slam attack aimed at you. What's your AC? Oh shit.
18.
A 9 and a 13. The first one misses with both of his slam attacks. The other one, he does better. He gets a 17, that misses, and a 20, which hits. So you take...
No shield.
You're going to shield? All right. You use one of your shield spells to stop the crushing fist coming down on your body. All right, so that's the Hedgekin's turn. We jump back to the top ring site. It's your move.
And the
So-
elemental's just underground now, is it?
The Hedgekin went underground. They can't be targeted unless you have something that can destroy or move the earth to get at them. You can target their earth elementals, though.
Where's the dragon?
The Drake has burrowed 25 feet into the ground. Only 15 feet of its body is still sticking up out of the ground, just his spiny ridge of spikes on his back as he's furiously digging downward. He's still in the thorn spell, and they're still digging into his stony flesh. But he seems to be doing as you suggested, and he is trying to relocate out of here, at least for now.
I have an idea. Can he be touched right now?
Yeah, you can target the 15 feet of his body that is sticking up out of the crater.
Um. mhm. sorry. I have like several different forms of telepathic communication. I just need to make sure that I don't need to use a specific one to try to do what I'm trying to do.
Hmm.
Yeah, speak mentally. Yeah. Dang it, I can't multitask this. How far is it?
From you, 25 feet.
Is there a wall of thorns in the way?
Yeah. Yeah, Morg wants to keep doing that damage every turn.
Alright, for now I'll send an ascending spell.
Okay. What do you send? 25 words.
Right? Yeah, I'm sending it to you specifically.
Okay, so you're gonna put it in the Discord.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So Ring Sight is sending telepathic messages. He like puts his hand to his temple and does the Professor X thing, and he's sending out waves of thought energy. While he does that, the Earth Drake it continues to burrow into the ground, and another 20 feet of burrowing is going to fully submerge it underground. It will take thorns damage before it escapes from the thorns, though. I'm going to try to roll a dex save. I think he had plus 8.
There you go.
Ring Sight sends a message to the creature.
A secret message.
Interesting. Let me roll a dice for that. Let's see. Okay. Morg.
Yeah.
He's moving through your thorns one last time.
Okay.
This time it does full damage.
It does 28 slashing damage.
Ouch. Alright, let's take a quick tally. After the healing, it was at 120. And then, let's see, 17, 15, 36, 49, 28. So it's 35. It's got 275 damage now. Okay. The Earth Drake is bloodied by your Thorn spell. So you can tell it's below half of its health from that damage that you just did. It finally manages to burrow its way underground and is now no longer targetable. The ground shakes violently. Some rocks fall from the ceiling. As a lair action, everybody roll a dexterity save to avoid falling rocks.
Do I have to, well, it's a dex save. I guess I'll be okay, but...
Stalactites begin to break from the ceiling and drop. Anybody hit will take 12 piercing damage. If you dodge it, you dodge it.
I rolled 20.
It's hit or miss.
I wanted to ask about the powers of the Sinkworm armor. I have to end the turn in air, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Okay.
Otherwise you get shunted out.
Save.
Yeah, it's a DC 15, so 20 and 17 both save. So you avoid falling rocks. They land at your feet, shattering and exploding into pieces. Fragments go everywhere. The ground's going to become rough terrain here, and here, and here, and here. All right. Put that under. Yeah. Okay. So at the end of the Earth Drake's turn, and after the lair action, it's going to be Morg's turn.
You saying before that Orin is underground in the tunnels, or
No, I thought I wasn't sure if I could be, but I have to be out of the ground. I have to at least, you know.
okay?
Oren, I actually took a turn for you when you were not here. I had
Yeah, I
you.
understand.
You left the safety of your hiding spot. You made a sneak attack. You did a bunch of damage, and then you didn't want to be as easily targeted, so I had you stop flying, which dropped you to the ground. But I had you do a dex save to reduce the damage from falling, and then you were prone on the ground and hiding, so that ranged attacks couldn't be thrown your way.
No, I was already underground, like behind. Remember, I was in the different rock piles.
Yeah, but you came
It's all
out.
good.
You came out from the rocks on the turn that you were, like not here. I had you emerge and attack. So then you were
Okay.
you were above ground that turn at the end of it.
Yeah.
But
I just want to know if like Orin is physically like on top of in the room on right there.
Yeah, because I can't. My token is gone somehow.
It's right there.
No, it's right here.
What?
He
That's-
is hiding though.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Let's see.
So he's trying not to be seen. He's laying flat against the ground, trying to blend in.
Oh, I need permissions. That's what the issue is.
Oh, give me a second.
Yeah, he can't unlock.
I just promoted you.
Thank you.
I unlocked it for you.
So I'm gonna fly over to this corner of the room, and then since I don't know, Orin is, yes, not really in the way because he's ducking down, I'm going to sunbeam these three, the two earth elementals in the hedgekin.
Hedgekin's not targetable still. He's underground. That's just the
Oh, yes,
last.
okay.
That's the last spot you saw him, but he's not there.
Okay. In that case, then I'll move
I'm gonna do it through these
over
three.
here and try to get these three earth elementals.
Okay. The three Earth
So,
Elementals.
DC 24 con save.
They have +5, so they need a 19. Let's see if any of them get a 19 or a 20. Nope. They all take
Okay,
40
they're
damage.
taking 40 radiant damage, and they're now blind for a turn.
Where is my? Oh, okay. Did the Drake move out of the circle, Ninja?
Hang on a second, I'm changing some stuff here. And this one didn't have damage yet, so now it's -40 and blind. Okay, what was your question?
Did the Drake walk out of the circle?
He went underground.
Oh, he's on the ground. But he. Okay.
If I fly over, can I see the the Drake still in there?
Nah,
Or
he
does it
uses
move
he uses Earth
laterally
Glide.
away from the hole?
Earth Glide generally doesn't disrupt the ground, so it doesn't leave a hole or anything that you can go through.
If the Hedgekins are listening and they can understand me, I tell them, "Where's your god now? He has left you."
Taunting them to try to break their morale. Ouch. Pretty effective.
And I'll use the rest of my movement to just float above the pit to see if the Earth Drake will summon there. I'm lagging too much to grab the freaking. Okay. But that's my turn.
All right. Grimorn, what do you do?
I think Healing Spirit takes an action to cast before I can start moving around the bonus action. Not a problem.
So ringside is kind of in trouble. Huh?
Okay, yeah, it's my turn.
He's got some damage.
And there's no way to attack that Drake right now.
The Drake and the Hedgekin are not targetable unless you have Disintegrate or Move Earth.
Well, I can fire shoot a fireball that will engulf all these earth elementals.
All right.
So that's what I'm gonna
Drop a big boom.
do. Big boom bomb. Big boom. Bing bang boom. Re-rolling ones and twos.
The elementals literally cannot make a dex save, so they'll all take full damage.
Okay. What is this? 6. 44 fire damage.
44.
Are these guys dying? These ones.
This one destroyed. This one destroyed.
Alright, so what I'm gonna do then, I'm gonna walk towards ringside and bring my little circle of destruction on them. So they get in the circle, I'm gonna roll the damage. They took the damage too on Ninja, these
Yeah.
guys. Re-rolling a few. Nine. 637 fire radiant damage.
37 radiant damage. This one had 84 damage and was blind. Ooh, 121 damage, but it survives.
Close. Trying to help you there. I'm gonna take this guy, boop, beep, 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 and move him, and then he's gonna attack.
The one's at 81 damage.
Oh my god.
All right, so you're.
Firestorm. Give me a second. Is
I
it's
think
a
that
fan of flame.
that's a recharge,
around.
isn't it? You need to roll a d6. If you roll a 4, 5, or 6, then you can use that again. Otherwise, it needs a round to recharge.
Oh, okay. I have to roll a 4 out of a D what?
D6. So it's like a 50-50 chance.
Okay.
But if it does not recharge, then you have to try something else.
I got a 6.
Okay. So you want to
So he's
firestorm
gonna-
again?
Yeah, he's gonna go in between and do a firestorm.
DC 15 is not that hard for them, so they will roll it.
He's gonna try anyways.
They have a -1, so this one succeeds with a 7. No, that'll be a 15. So yeah, just barely succeeded with a 16. Neither one
Alright.
failed.
And the target takes a 2d10 fire damage and ignite. Well, they're not gonna ignite because they're probably, I don't know if they can ignite.
And then they take another D10 at the start of each turn. Do you want to do the average 11, or do you want to roll it?
2d10. I'll roll it. Why not? It's a lot more fun, no?
Yeah.
Eight damage. There you
All
go.
right. 8 damage is enough to kill that one. Not this
Sweet.
one.
That's good. Awesome. Okay, that's it.
All right. All right, Will.
I'm gonna try
Yeah.
to save ringside over here.
A tremendous fireball explodes violently, and the entire room is shaking from the blast. You're protected by the holy power of the Lord of Flames. All of the earth elementals, save one, have been obliterated by the explosive flames and the radiant spirits. Do you want to take a shot at the last one?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
last hedgekin is to my right, looks like.
Now, the Hedgekins, consider them not viable targets. They use Earth Glide to go underground, and that is the last known position of where you saw them, but they're not currently there.
Okay, so, but there was something you were having me target.
Okay, the one thing
thought-
that is standing in the room is this Earth Elemental that one of the Hedgekins summoned into the room.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'm going after that, and that is a, what was it again? 20-something? Like 24, I see here. It's going to be, as you're aware, feint attack and hide back again. 44 regular damage, and I don't know if,
Dead.
psychic... Okay.
They resist regular damage from non-magical attacks, but all of this is going to be like magical, right?
Oh, yes. Quite right, quite right.
Okay, so here's how it goes. The Hedgekin are demoralized, and the Earth Drake is retreating. So I'm going to consider the combat is over. So cue the victory music.
What do you think, men? Are we safe?
No.
The room definitely does not feel safe. They could come back, you're unsure, but they have
Yeah.
left for now.
The job is not done. We need to kill them, or at least chase them very far away from this cave for the fire drakes and the
So for the
magma
purposes
elemental from fighting.
For the purposes of quest completion, this is a partial victory. The creature has retreated to a lower level of the Underdark.
Now we gotta follow it.
And since its rivalry with one of the other drakes is over, the water drake is dead, it's not going to be triggering earthquakes in order to fight it. Now there's just fire drakes that are in the last remaining cave.
Where are the frickin' air drakes?
Ah, there were no air drakes down here. Why would they be underground?
We're deep, deep underground. The thing
Yeah,
is,
See you.
I'm gonna kill this herd drake.
Unbalanced.
aren't we done? Doesn't
No.
fire reign supreme
So-
down here now?
Ringside, if you look at the
No.
big scheme of things, we have had previous adventures where there were only air drakes. The pet that you got came from that encounter. So this is actually balancing the scales in the favor of everyone else.
Yeah, this is the first time we were fighting a water drake.
Although I will say that fire drakes have come up several times before, just because you go to those environments.
Water and a herd drake. First time we encountered those two.
Right back.
I mutter under my breath that Grimorn can't hear. I feel regret that the water drake is killed. We need more water in the plane of Athos. I'm not sure if that's how it works, but I hope that Grimorn does not hear it.
Well, the aquifer of Ram is still there. There's still a vast quantity of drinking water for the 80,000 people of Ram.
Yeah. It's just another lizard. We need to find this herd drake and follow it where it came from. Is there a way to go lower?
If I had the power to take out the flame stuff, I would be wanting you to do so, but he doesn't say that out loud.
So, Grimorn, you saw that there was a passage that led lower here.
I'm gonna follow there.
All right.
So
So
I'm gonna
that
chase this creature.
there's a slope, and the slope descends down to here. It's all sort of descending like a natural staircase, and it goes down to this earthen bridge. So that area up there, that big outer donut, is sort of the highest level, and then this is the mid level, which is 50 feet down. So you descend 25 feet down this staircase, 25 feet down this staircase, and that's going to bring you onto this bridge here. And from here, you seem to be in a vast and deep cavern. And if you look off the bridge to your right, you'll see that there's a dig hole, a burrow. You can see that
diggy
there's
hole.
some crystals here and here. If you look across the bridge, there's another burrow hole going into the wall there. And if you look down off the left side of the bridge, 50 feet down there, it looks like there's an opening that extends to the south. But in the distance, it dead ends at another burrow hole. So several ways that the creature could burrow into this cavern from outside, but none of them are accessible to your party.
I communicate that to the rest. To the rest of the group.
However,
Final,
all of these rooms haven't actually been, like, searched. If you want to search, you're out of combat now and you have an opportunity.
I'll let you guys know too. There's some crystals over here. There might be something valuable. But there's some more burrows.
I think we investigated that from my notes here. What was
No,
it?
we haven't gone this far.
I thought we had.
No.
I could have sworn we've been here already.
Not in this section.
Where did you get those crystals? They came from...
The
The
crystals
layer
that came,
above.
they came from this area. Like this, just the floor just before the combat started.
Well, so Oren did search and find some crystals in last week's session. Some gemstones and some quartz. There was a large quantity of quartz, and I don't think anybody picked up any of the quartz, but he did take the gemstones that were more valuable.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
that
in this
was...
room here?
No, that's...
I have the 5 gems in Auriglio's The Defiler's journal.
Oh.
Alright, so
Yeah,
this
yeah, but
area
that-
was already searched, but not the other areas.
No, and this is lower. This is a lower section we haven't gone to.
I think you searched over here already, and you searched here, and you searched here. So you're sort of going towards new territory here. If you wanted to find anything, you could search in this room, or you could search over here, or you could go down to the lowest level and search there. There's another staircase descending right here, or a broken one off that side.
What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna make a perception check, I suppose. Active perception check.
You're just gonna look around to make sure no enemies pop out of the woodwork.
About if I can tell where the earth elemental went.
The hedgekin? Or do you mean the
No,
earth
I'm
drake?
sorry, earth drake. I meant to say.
No, you saw him burrow straight down, but other than that, you can't tell.
Okay.
And you get no new information by watching. So he's just, as far as you can tell, he went straight down. He's burrowing to the Underdark. Under the Underdark.
Would an earth elemental punch while burrowing inside the earth, or is it too restricting that they can't attack?
They have to emerge to attack, I believe. Unless they are fighting each other, then maybe they can hit each other while they're passing through the stone.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, if I could turn into an earth elemental and punch the hedgekins inside the earth.
That would be funny. No, but they have also retreated. They are following their god to the lower levels.
We need to
Swing
finish
size is
what
big.
we gotta finish what we started, guys.
Now I can close all of these tabs.
Going to release the concentration on my ball thorns. Is anyone injured? A healing.
I am quite injured.
Yeah, Taro as well. Ringside.
Okay, I'm gonna use a healing spirit. Are you like bloodied injured?
Well, he took the big
Okay.
psychic blast at the beginning. That would hurt.
I heal Orin for 27. Are you still really badly injured?
That could happen again.
Okay.
27.
Okay, 20 more.
Okay, thank you.
And then Ringside also just hurt just because he poked himself on the thorns. He's deaf right now. Message him. Discord. Do you need another set of healing, Warren?
I think I'll be okay.
Okay. I'm gonna dump the rest of this into Ringside then.
I'm generating some loot, so bear with me for a minute.
Okay, used all my level 2 spell slots to heal you guys. I'm gonna fly down to the lower levels. Can I see anything down at the bottom floor?
Okay, so as you're descending down to the lower levels, the natural staircase that goes across from here to here, it's got two paths down. This path leads down here. This path over here is broken. It looks as if the Earth Drake came out of the wall and then smashed the staircase that descended down this direction. And so it's all broken apart with fragments and crystals laying all over the place. And from there, he seems to have gone out through there. You can see huge footprints leading in that direction, and then a hole in that wall as well. And then looking in this direction, similar story. It looks as if there used to be a bit of a wall here that's been smashed down, and on the other side, another burrow descending at a dead end down at a sort of 45-degree angle. But from right here, you can spot there's some crystals growing along the walls here. And there's also quite a lot of writing and artistic scrawling on the stonework around you. It's primitive, but the Hedgekin have done a fair amount of wall decoration and carving into the natural stone here to accentuate it. Add some more stuff to my loot list here. Alright, you're gonna find a bunch of food in the area you're in, Lon.
Food? For food for drakes?
Now, the Hedgekin had some food that they stored here.
Oh.
I'll put it in the Discord. So, Morg, if you want to take it, there's 35 preserved thrang and 32 fresh edible roots.
I'm gonna tell the greater fire elemental to go and wander and look for living things.
Alright, he's searching. He doesn't find anything yet.
No, I know. Oren, would you like to see over here and come and inspect this area? There's a bunch of crystals.
I would.
Well, hang on. Oren, you spotted some things.
Oh, there you go.
Is this? in a separate roll, or this is all just in the quartz?
Your perception roll that you made earlier, you spotted a dead body.
Oh, is this Auriglio, the old defiler?
So you find the body of Auriglio the Defiler. He's got a bag, and the bag contains a couple of fancy stones.
Those are the magicite stones, right?
No, these are not magicite. They're not crystals, they're not glowing. These are just regular rocks, but they have some sort of magical inscriptions, some runes on them. There's a matched pair, and there's like a broom for cleaning. Why would he bring that down here? And a typical wizard's wand. There's also gemstones in the room that can be collected. So I'll drop that in the Discord. Tiger Eye, Blue Quartz, Quartz, Jasper, Bandit Agate, and then the two stones, the broom and the wand. Alright, so you find a bunch of items. It doesn't take you very long to pick them up, and then you hear a call to come check out the other room.
Okay, I wrote that down here. I'm sure there's gonna... Actually, probably already put it in someplace. Is it on Discord or something?
I just dropped it in Discord, yeah.
So I rush over to investigate the other bits of... Is it? Let me see. I don't know.
What about you, Ringside? Are you following the party down?
I'm back.
Ringside, the party is moving down to the lower level. Orin looted the Earth Drake lair, and Morg already descended to the lowest level and began digging through the possessions of the Hedgekin Earth Clerics.
I'm gonna give you guidance on your inspection, Orin.
So I'm going to
for all these
say,
gems.
Ringside, you and Orin are on the Earthen Bridge. It's 50 feet lower from the Earth Drake lair. This is where your party's exploring currently.
So I will jump down then and
Okay.
float down.
And float down next to Morg in his air elemental form. He seems to be collecting some food. There's preserved chathrang, giant insect meat, and then there's fresh edible roots.
Tastes like lobster.
I'm going to collect them, and if we see the Hedgekin, I will tell them I have holding their food hostage until they agree to leave this place.
That's not. I don't think that's how that works.
They mostly eat minerals anyway, so they'll just, subsist on rocks for a while. It's like their rice.
Trying to freaking seed
Yeah.
dirt eaters.
Yep.
Well, screw you. You can have your rice. You don't get any meat and potatoes.
Let's just start fires everywhere.
Yeah, burn the rock. That's effective.
Turn it to glass.
I see Grimorn trying to do this.
It's like I'm gonna heat the rock so hot it turns to magma. Melt them. House.
No, I'm gonna give Orin Ovira guidance for when you search
Okay, thank you.
for gems and stuff like that. I'm gonna make some prayers to Ninja, to Lord of Flame.
Mm-hmm.
Try to incite, annoy these hurt creatures.
Alright. Those with high perception are going to spot a crushed body of an insect-like thing.
High perception. How
Anything
much do we need?
15 and higher.
Yeah, we I'll
Alright.
point it out. Where is it?
There's a dead Ramoras. If you can get a DC 15 survival, you can harvest Ramoras Iker from it. I'll put it in the Discord. It's got an Iker gland weighing 3 pounds. It's worth some money.
I got a 28.
Alright, you cut it free. Most of its exoskeleton is flattened and crunched under the weight of a very, very heavy creature. But
Those are the worms that glow red hot, right?
they can. I know in Forgotten Realms on the frozen plains they tend to be sort of hot creatures.
Can you put it in Discord?
Yeah, DC 15 survival, Ramoras Iker, weight 3, value 150 CP.
Oh. That's material, I guess. Huh?
Yeah. So, Orin found several items on the body of a defiler in the previous room. They are unidentified. That's your cue, Taro.
What's the name of the creature again?
I mean, the name
Ramoras?
of the... Oh.
Remorhaz. Ramoras Iker.
Thank you. Identification. I can identify it with my stick of identification ninja.
Alright.
Here you go, Orin. What does it tell you?
These things are ugly. Look at that picture. Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
Where you gonna see that?
Discord, Dark Sunshine. No, wait a minute. I'm fucking up. I'm putting things in a chat with Taro because he sent me a DM earlier. That's why nobody can see anything.
I can see all these this.
I'm sorry.
treasure.
He sabotaged me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Blame Taro.
I was
Alright.
wondering why you kept sending them to me directly.
I was like, where the hell?
Sorry about that. Alright. There's the picture of the Remoras. There's all the items that I mentioned previously. The preserved Chathrang, the edible roots, the gems that were found, and the unidentified items.
What does that do, Ramoras? Huh?
Now, with a... Oh, there was a grappling hook, too. Sorry. I left that off. After identifying the 4 items, they appear to be sending stones, a broom of flying, a wand of the war mage, and a copper grappling hook that has icy powers.
So wait, these sending stones are both together. It's not like they're ready to go, like someone else has the other pair.
Right. He has both of them.
Okay, it's a little weird.
Well,
Maybe he was gonna give it to somebody. He had planned to give
Defilers,
it-
defilers tend to work alone. However, maybe if he hired somebody, he would give them a stone so they could keep in contact with him while they're doing his bidding.
That makes sense. Like in preparation.
Yeah. I guess currently he didn't have any agents out doing anything, so he has both of his stones.
Put the other one in the jar. Okay, so are we done searching this place?
You don't see anything
ready to
else down in
return?
the lowest levels here.
Are we ready to return to the magma demon and tell him of our success?
Everybody stares at you silently. Maybe.
I mean, we need the fire drake, which is also what the magma elemental wanted.
Are you sure? I think.
Yeah, he wanted all of the meat bags gone.
Yeah, that's the point. That's why we're here. And this creature is the one causing all the earthquakes.
The fire drake is?
No, the hurt drake.
The earth one, and it's also not just the earth drake. It's pretty much, I don't know, the way Ninja described it is them fighting together is making like, I don't know, kaiju shockwaves in the ground, not just like the
So now we
Earth
have to
drake
fight the fire.
casting earthquake.
Well, we don't necessarily have to fight the fire drake
Well,
if he's alone.
mechanically, it is a daily cast of Earthquake that the Earth Drake is casting to fend off the other drakes
And we need to kill this
Oh,
one.
okay.
as a sort of territorial announcement of its presence. I own this part of the world. But now that you've killed the Water Drake and you've driven away the Earth Drake, there will be no more battles here.
Oh, we're actually done. Okay, I thought the earth drake was gonna
I
come.
thought we had to finish beating this guy, chase him into his
Well-
lair.
We can, if you think that that's going to help.
Well, I want to. I would love to get this treasure.
Is the magma elemental still gonna fight with the fire drake though?
Well, they don't
We have
cross
to go-
paths. He was only angry about the earthquakes. He doesn't come down to this level. And the fire drakes aren't going to leave their magma pool.
Yeah, they're both of the same element too.
So you've
But are
changed
we-
the balance of the elements in the region. Fire is now the dominating element.
But there's no. Is there a way to? Do we have a chance to get this hurt drake back out, or?
Well, he's been driven away. You could descend even deeper into the Underdark and try to find him.
Do you guys wanna do that? Try to find that creature, finish it.
I think that we could easily say that he will trouble you no more to the magma beast.
Yeah, technically you have accomplished your mission.
Okay.
There's always the off chance it might return to this area, but for now it is run away.
You guys mind the crystals in here?
We can take some quartz with us, but
Yeah, we
I
could
don't
play
have
that.
any great use for the quartz. Is there something that I'm not knowledgeable about in the arcane or the psionic?
Yeah, I think that I think they would probably benefit from them. If we bring some back to the Fel Alliance and Tyr, they might be able to do plenty of things with those.
Is quartz related to psi crystal?
No. It is
No,
the
it-
lowest level of gemstone. It is worth 1 silver per pound, so it's heavy and not very valuable.
Yeah, I kind of thought so.
Did we collect all those magical stones though? The one that are.
The magicite we did, and also the sending stones.
Oh, you
And
got
also
that.
Other various, like the blue quartz, the jasper, bandit agate, all that.
All right. Well, we can return to the magma creature then, I guess,
Okay.
and let him know that we calmed the things down, that we killed one of the drakes.
Now remember, you're really deep, 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 deep down, and a lot of it was down a shaft you'll have to fly up to get out.
We can do that. I got the fire chariot. We can fly out with.
All right. So you backtrack. You left the fire chariot where I marked on the map with an X.
Yeah.
So if you back out to there, you can load onto the flaming chariot, and you return to the main central cylinder and fly up and up and up, 100 feet up. And from there, that puts you in the upper chamber. Now, from the upper chamber, you could go east to the fire drake lair, Or you could go northeast to the rest area. I think you explored. You got the magicite in that northeast corner of here, right?
That was by Ariglio.
Yeah, you got that up here. Okay, so you're going all the way back out to the upper area and to the magma elemental. So he's going to be overjoyed that you've defeated the meat bags and the earthquakes have subsided.
Yeah. Yes, we have.
All right. So a chain reaction of events has occurred. The food chain in the region has changed. The contest of the Titans has ended. Now there is only a family of fire drakes in the magma chamber heating that, and that will keep the aquifer and the what's it called, like the hot springs of Rom cooking. So the stability of the geology of the region has been sort of increased.
Oh. Okay. Didn't even think about that.
And so the
You didn't even care about that. I just wanted to fire the run.
now hold on, that's only half of it. So the magma elemental calms down, which is going to make the steam mephits stop spawning and rushing upwards. And the steam mephits were driving the rats out of the sewers into the city. So by chain reaction, you have reduced the amount of rats in the city proper.
Oh. On top of that, we're poisoning them.
Well, it was
Poison the rats.
curative poison. You were curing the disease, not trying to kill the rats.
But we did have more talk to the rats and try to convince them to go to the fire pit and eat the corpse, and then we were gonna set them on fire.
Oh, yeah? Well, rats will scatter when you start burning
Sounds
things.
like we've got one hand not talking to the other here.
Okay.
And I say partly in jest.
Well, you know, the city's gonna be happy of all these changes. We're gonna be able to report all these things to our friends in the market. All the union. They're gonna be quite happy of our results. It's gonna be much safer for them to come down too. They might be able to come back and mine some parts of the Underdark.
All right, so the rat population in the city is at 8% now. You brought it all the way down from 100% to 8%.
Whoa, really?
Yep.
That's quite a genocide.
You broke up all of their nests
No,
and
wait,
you cured
they
them of their
didn't die.
disease.
They went just down below, you say?
Yeah, they
Oh, we
returned to
did.
the sewers.
And
I
we,
see.
we blew up a bunch of their nests too.
So this is the population above ground, in the city, giving diseases to people. So there's only
Understood.
8% that are still running around diseased.
That's awesome.
Okay.
And we're trying to cure the people and all that. And I still have to make that giant sacrifice, and hope it's gonna bring some something good to the city. And also, like we did tell you, like once we get into that part, the ghost part, ghost town, there's also the health that will probably try to meet us.
Yeah, you set up a meeting with Shiala, Nawab Shiala, leader of the Night Runner Elves. She runs with a pack of nomadic elves out in the wastes, and so you sent a message. One of her agents is going to contact her, and then they're going to come back for a meet.
And she's one of those that are causing trouble, huh? With in the city, or is it
Rom is divided. There are 3 factions of noble lords. Nawab Marham, the human faction. Nawab Erdenmore, the dwarven faction at the arena. And Nawab Shiala, the elven faction. Each of these 3 powerful lords is trying to rule the city. and their men are constantly fighting each other in the streets. That's the civil war that you've heard so much about.
Yeah.
In addition to those three noble lords, there's also the High Templar, which you spoke to, and he's trying to maintain order, although he's significantly weaker without his clerical magic from Abalak Ra.
But I kind of need some favor from the dwarves if I want to get that item.
The dwarves do have a powerful artifact you want to get, and he's offered to give it to you if you help him win the war. In order to win the war, you need to defeat Nawab Marham and Nawab Shiala.
Warren,
Yes.
what do you say if we have an opportunity for you to maybe gain more power in this town?
I'm listening.
These elves, they're kind of causing a lot of issues, but they're kind of taking a place that you could potentially have a power of influence in this city. They're the one that are kind of pushing all the crime. They're the crime syndicate. They're the assassins in the town. It's not a
Right.
it's not a good thing. Taking her down could open the door to that part of the market.
Yes.
And I truly want that item from the dwarves. And the dwarves are probably the ones that could bring more. At least they're a little bit more level-headed than a bunch of marauders.
Um. I am just gonna keep my mouth shut.
What do you say that we go back to see the our friends that have been giving us our little missions here? We were able to resolve the issues in the Underdark.
Alright, so you return to the surface world after a long and arduous trek through 3 layers of the Underdark. You travel through the deep Underdark, you travel through the lava tubes, and then you travel through the sewers, and eventually you emerge back into the city streets of Rom, stinking and smelling of sulfur, and covered in a layer of dust and mud. It's been a very long day of adventure.
Prestidigitation.
The heat of the sun beats down on the city of Rom, an intense 150 degrees, and a dust storm is in the air as you emerge onto the streets. Everybody is running around
Prestidigitation.
with dust masks to protect themselves from the dust storm, choking the air around you. The streets are a little bit more empty of people than they would be if there were not a dust storm. There's a bunch of tarps and things that go across the buildings overhead that keep some of the dust out so that some street hawkers can still hang out in the streets and offer their wares. Scraps of food and medicine. You find your way to the Laborers Union, where you meet up with your new associate, Rakdos, the guildmaster of the Laborers Guild. Alright, what do you report? Rakdos is waiting to hear what you have to say. He pushes up his copper glasses and says, "You have returned! Have you accomplished your mission?"
This guy that told us about helping with the rat.
Yeah, this is the man who gave you the Sewer Smash quest, the Killing Field quest, the Pest Control quest, the Cremation quest, the Healing Check quest, Steam Geyser quest, and the Earthquake quest. You have completed the Earthquake quest and the Steam Geyser quest. I think you did the Healing check quest as well. I'm going to cross all of those out. Sewer Smash, you just finished. You have plans to do the big cremation, so that hasn't happened yet.
We'll have to rest first.
All right.
It was a long and tiring quest, but
Yeah.
took more than a day. We had to go sleep down there, but we managed to get rid of the. There was a water drake down there. We killed that one.
Yeah.
And the earth drake, which is probably responsible for the earthquakes among the city. We drove that one away. It's still alive, so if there's more earthquakes in the cities, let us know. We'll try to kill it for good. But yeah, we sort of dealt with that one.
Yeah, it's a mighty creature, and it was able to escape us, but it would be a great treasure and a great honor to take it down if it come back.
Also has some hedgekin and sort of worshipping it, so that might be something to look out for if anybody else tries delving down into the city looking for those things.
Yeah, it should be safer for your crew to go down there.
All right.
The Magmites are not going to be so close to the surface anymore.
So you have a really good reputation around here now. The townsfolk are very happy with everything that you've been doing. So it gives you +4 with any charisma checks you need to do while you're talking to the locals in Romp. At least within the laborers union, the sort of middle class of Romp. +4 reputation.
What about the low quarter with all the healing and all that stuff and the feeding them?
Yeah, probably with them too. So
Maybe we should become the rulers of this city.
And you started to impress the upper class as well, at least the priesthood, because you helped out so much with the medicine.
And the Templars, maybe.
Well, you've promised to help the Templars, but I'm gonna call that one not quite complete. You know, just because Rom isn't secure under a established leader yet. All right. So, are you gonna return to the palace? You gonna go to your fancy rooms in the palace and rest?
I guess so.
All right.
Unless you guys have anything else to do before the rest.
Yeah, I need that rest.
You can
Those were
refresh.
some intense battles.
Yeah, it's a chance to regain your spell slots.
Yep. And then prepare for the ceremony, maybe.
And also, you can sleep through the hottest part of the day. Once the sun goes down, things will be a little bit more comfortable out here. Maybe the storm will subside by then, too. There's a very harsh wind blowing. It's going to blow your capes and cloaks around.
Sounds good.
Okay. Are you going to have the Heroes Feast in the morning when you wake up?
Yep.
All right. So everybody, you heal, you rest, you recover your spell slots. You gain
We'll,
2d10
run
temp HP.
Yep.
All right. The next morning, you are approached by an elf. The elf is going to deliver a message that your meeting has been arranged. He's going to give you a time and a place to meet with Shiala herself.
when and where?
All right. So you have your time and place. Are you going to go there? It's a non-specific time and place. I'm just saying, like, you can go there now.
Yes, we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So the meeting with Shiala. It's a couple hours away, but it doesn't take long. All right, you're gonna go into a building. The building looks like it might have belonged to a lesser noble house. Maybe a noble house that doesn't exist anymore. Maybe they had to sell a property or something. The marquees and the heraldry on the building are sort of taken down. Nothing descriptive to mark, a famous house that might own it. Just a plain but rich-looking building. And you are escorted inside. There are a number of elves that are dressed in white. You're going to see men, you're going to see women. Let's see if I can find my token somewhere here. Nitrona. I always forget that comes in with so much crap.
Oh my god. That's old.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, that's our house. Little cat.
Isn't this an old tavern map?
Yeah.
No, that's our other game. With Kevin and everybody else.
Yep. The Forgotten Realms game.
I was gonna say, I'm like, who's Kevin? And I did not play Forgotten Realms, so I'm like, I don't know what this is.
There's that fucking bug and that little creature that was hunting us around.
I remember we went here, there was like some assassins throwing like, stuff at us before
Oh yeah.
on this map.
This is gonna disappear a few things, Andrew.
Yeah, I didn't really need all of this. This is sort of
No.
a lot of extra stuff. I will keep this door though. This door is good. Alright, so the entrance is this door here. Unfortunately, Shiala got deleted.
Oh, did I delete her?
Oops.
I might have. Sorry. I think she's close to a bunch of stuff that I just grouped up. Sorry about that. Do we need the boat?
Nah, not the boat.
Yeah, the cart could be there, I guess. And then we're not skeleton. Skeleton in the closet over here, Ninja. Yeah, I totally deleted her.
Cart, we can. Well, I guess this is your chariot.
Yeah, why not? Okay. Yeah. Give it a little bit of an essence. Where's my character? I'm not gonna be my fire elemental for this.
Untextured horses. I do not like that.
Kinda creepy, huh?
Yeah, albino horse. Made of light, radiant.
What shape are you showing up in, Morg?
When we go back to town, see my human.
Yeah. So everyone, this might be a trap, by the way. So we should be a little careful. They're known as assassins. and they might know a little bit more about us than we know. That we are aware.
Finally found the Assassin's Creed people.
All
What's
right.
that?
When you get to the building, it's going to be guarded by Night Runner elves. They have curved elven scimitars, and they're dressed in loose, light, white reflective clothing for dealing with the sun.
They see us land, but we're landing, because we're flying on our horses. And the horses are all flying, so.
Yep.
It's a big chariot too. You can there's like up to 8 people can be in it.
An impressive procession. You fly in on a flaming chariot. The elves are going to open the door for you and beckon you to come inside.
Can't find your character long.
So the doors are sort of pushed open like this.
Oh, there's my other character.
All right. So the elves make a 10-foot wide opening for you to get in through these barn doors here. Inside, you can see a shadowy room. Not a whole lot of lights in there. Just a little bit of light here near the entranceway coming from a sconce.
Might get crashed.
But the back of the room is deep in shadow.
Yeah, I found one of your characters.
The air grows cool and still. A slender silhouette of an elf woman materializes from swirling shadows, her form translucent and edged in faint violet light. Her eyes glow like distant stars at the back of the room. She says in a silky voice, "So, the heroes of Tyr finally grace Ram with their presence. I have heard much of your deeds. Killing a sorcerer queen is no small feat." So she's referring to when Sadira killed Abalak Ra.
Oh.
You requested an audience with the Queen of the Night Runners. Here I am, though not in flesh. Flesh is inconvenient when one has enemies.
I suppose that's wise.
Speak freely, Outlanders. Know this, my shadow cannot be poisoned nor easily slain. What do the liberators of Tyr wish of Shiala?
I'm not gonna speak up, guys.
No? I thought you...
I did. I'm trying not to get too invested. I'm not going to do anything else with Ram.
We're hoping to get things to settle peacefully in Ram and maybe form an alliance with the city here. That's something your group would like to happen.
Ah, the liberators of Tyr come to help. Wonderful suggestion.
Mm-hmm. But we don't think it's possible with all the turmoil that are going on.
Such things are happening in this city. It has been dire for these long, harsh years of civil war. My elven people could do so much to help Ram recover from its dire situation. Imagine it, a free city where my people no longer hide in the cracks and alleys, but walk proudly beneath the twin suns. She says, Rom has suffered under human and dwarf tyrants long enough, has it not? Isn't it time that an elf queen raised this city to greatness?
What is your idea of greatness for the city if you were to be raised up as its queen?
Ah, I would end these brutal gladiator games. Erdan Moor feeds on blood and spectacle. His arenas are slaughterhouses where the poor are thrown to beasts and gladiators for the amusement of the cruel. That dwarf would turn Rom into one great fighting pit. Freedom, he laughs at the word. All he offers is chains and cheers for death. So she doesn't have a high opinion of the dwarves.
And what of you and all the assassinations that you've been doing?
Assassinations. We're simple mercenaries, like the Mansubdars that every other noble uses.
I'll do an insight. Get a vibe of.
Uh-oh.
17.
Okay. She's beautiful and charismatic and very selective with her words. You can't really read her true intentions very well. She might be holding something back, but she seems so genuine and kind. And she's speaking of ending the slaughter of the arenas. She'll talk about the other factions, too. She'll say that Marham is a serpent. His thieves steal more than coin. They steal the hope of the people of Rom. They prey on the weak. They extort the desperate. They leave families starving in the dust. He hides like a coward because he knows the true power does not cower in holes. So she has a low opinion of the human faction as well. She says he's a coward and that he's hiding in his holes, and he knows that he's not the real power because he won't come out into the open.
And what do you think of slavery?
No, the elves hate slavery. An elf cannot abide slavery at all. About her own guild. You did ask about her own guild. She's got a thing about that as well. She says, my night runners, we are protectors. When the strong prey on the weak, we strike from the shadows to restore balance. Is that not justice? Assassins, some call us. I call us a necessary blade in a city ruled by tyrants and thieves. Sometimes the only freedom left is the freedom to remove those who would enslave you. Would you not agree?
No. I don't agree with that. It doesn't seem like any of you that are trying to take over is really willing to give proper freedom to people. You all have your own interests in all this. Very selfish, not willing to share. Causing some turmoil and all these civil wars and these issues. Under the surveillance of all of you, the city fell under plague, completely out of control. Just trying to take over the other.
She recoils at that a little bit. The plague, we had nothing to do with that.
But you haven't done anything to combat it.
How could we? We are not spellcasters. We do not have the ability to heal the sick. Seek the priests of Batna if you wish healing magic.
It seems we've been able to do more than any of your groups in the city in simply 1 week.
Ah, yes. I applaud your efforts. Truly humanitarian. Marvelous. I cannot speak highly enough of you. The legend of your adventures did not convey the greatness of your wonderful group. She's really putting it on thick.
Laying it on.
She
yeah.
is a real charmer, very seductive, and she's going to compliment all of you in various ways. Do you want to ask about the one other faction? You haven't asked about the Templars.
Oh yeah. What do you say of the Templars and those priests?
The priests of Badna and Kazak Uram, the High Templar. He's a loyal dog of Abalak Ra. I wouldn't trust him were I you. Even now he clings to the old ways, his cruel ambition, and ever ready to spill the blood of anyone in the name of power. Do not be fooled by his weakened state. A Templar's heart does not change overnight. He remains a danger to any who dream of true freedom.
How is she in this room? Is she like at a distance? Like
So the lighting in the room is very dark. There's only a little bit of light down at this end, and it becomes deep shadow here. So you can only see her outline from the light from the window behind her, the glint of her eyes, but she is like in the shadows. You can barely make out what she looks like. You can tell she's an elf by her silhouette, but there's not much to see there. And the other night runners, they're sort of huddled in the shadows there.
but is she truly here though?
No,
No, she's not.
she is not physically here. She admitted as much. She has sent a shadowy illusion of herself, which she can control remotely from some hidden location. So you're not talking to the real her. It's conveying her actual thoughts and words, but it's not her physical body.
I wonder if there's a way to be able to find her though.
So you can assassinate her.
Assassinate the Assassin Queen. She's not going to make it easy. She was hard to get in contact with, and even when she does agree to meet you, she doesn't physically agree to meet you. But you've gotten closer than you have with Marham. Marham remains completely elusive.
I'm gonna cast daylight in the room.
All right. You cast a daylight. The room is filled with bright light. Her shadow form diminishes. She is now mostly transparent.
Uh-oh.
Interesting magic you're using.
Well, I mean, you kind of knew that was going to happen. I give you a quizzical eye.
Mm-hmm.
Like
No, I know she was a conjuring kind of image. I thought I would see more detail than her just being a transparent outline.
She is actually a shadow, and so when you hit a bunch of light onto the shadow, she like is less. She is
Right.
even more invisible.
I don't know if you're trying to like dispel it or what.
No, I was trying to get like to see more in a brighter space,
Of what
like to
she was.
see more detail.
Look, I'm gonna go ahead and step forward and just say I had high hopes. I've lived with elves most of my life. Maybe most of my life, but for a good portion of my life. Some want to judge immediately upon seeing those pointy little ears, and they think that, oh, you're just bandits and raiders, and had nothing to do with actual civilized society. And I've seen examples of that, but more often than not, I've seen the opposite. I've seen people trying to make their way in a harsh world, and I see beauty in that. I see beauty in my wife, Jennifer. Remind me where I met Jimothy. Where did we meet again? She
You
just
guys
moved.
got married.
Yeah, we're married. But where did I meet her again? Ninja?
I
She
thought she's just
was,
a crew member on our show.
yeah, she was hired to be on the ship as the ship's cook.
I never actually got married to her, did I? Did I? I don't remember. Look, anyway.
You're having fantasies and fantasies. My goodness.
All right, let him go.
Well, I
Let him
mean,
finish.
if we didn't get married yet, that was a thing that was going to happen.
All right.
So anyway,
Downtime activities.
right, downtime activities. Moving along. Maybe she doesn't know yet. Anyway, the point is I had high hopes for Rom becoming a jewel and just an example to others that wanted to judge and say that no, oh, elves, you're just tribal barbarians that do nothing but raid and pillage and have nothing to offer the tablelands. And I wanted to make that a possibility. But it often seems, the more I try to find out about the Nightrunner elves, the more my heart breaks. The more it seems like that's just not a possibility here. And I don't know what to think anymore.
She says every faction in Rom has blood on its hands. The difference is that mine serve a higher purpose, freedom for the elves and all who suffer under the old order.
All at the cost of all of the other
I
breeds.
believe that's so bad. You have no idea. You're going to have to show some kind of good faith, some kind of overture, an undeniable one, that would allow not just the other factions, but just everyone, that really this is a possibility. What do you think? Let's sit down together, and this is fine. We don't need to have put our lives on the line for this. This meeting of the minds is enough for my sake. But what is it that we could do to prove to everyone in Rom and beyond that really this clan of elves, the Nightrunner elves, are committed to peace and civilization?
Well, peace and civilization, ending these brutal gladiator games and
I'm with
ending crime on the streets would be greatly beneficial to the people of Rom.
How can we okay, we're talking, yes. What could the Nightrunner elves do to fight the crime in the streets? Is it replacing the Templars as the bearers of order and justice?
Yes, the Templars are weak, and they are of the old order. If the elves were in charge, we would be the enforcers on the streets, making sure that the crime of the Thieves Guild is kept under wraps.
Now, if you think that we can just go ahead and plant you as the Queen of Rom, that would probably... I think you know already that would just not work.
Oh, why not? Aid me in removing these 3 cancers, and Rom will become a true ally to Tyr, an elf city that remembers its friends. Stand with the Nightrunners. Help us usher in a new age for Rom. In return, my people will owe you a debt that will not be forgotten.
Yes, that's not really the best way. We've tried that way, I think. I can't think of an example off the top of my head. But getting a chance for the other Nawabs to have a seat at the table is a more sustainable piece from what we've seen. Do you think that you could stomach such a meeting?
A
And
meeting
then
of
do
the
it again.
Nawab? Could you arrange such a thing?
I say we would have to. And we would have to do it again and again if this is going to last. Because if Ram's story is one that is birth of bloodshed, it will never end.
It is always known where Erden Moor can be found, but Marham is an elusive fellow. He only appears briefly when dealing with the, what are they called? Like the class of people in Ram.
Okay. If we could get a meeting of
What are they called?
Marham.
Viziers. That's the word I was looking for. Viziers.
If we could arrange a meeting with Marham and Erden Moor and officiate it in a way that all who entered would be protected, would you show your real face? As a show of solidarity. Because it's a bit hard for the other side to trust that you actually are willing to meet at the table when you won't come the way they have.
She considers your suggestion for a moment and then agrees. She says yes. If you could get Moab, if you could get Erden Moor and Marham, Nawab Marham, to meet her, she would arrive in person.
Well,
Now we're talking.
I'd say that's worth something. Okay.
She'll tell you that in a week's time, Erden Moor is having a gladiatorial game. It is known that he will be there. If you could find Nawab Marham and get him to meet in the arena
What? At the game? Oh, okay.
at the games in 1 week's time, I could agree to that meeting.
Hold on. You know what? Let me not question that. Okay, yes.
All right, so at the next Gladiator Games, the three Nawab might come together at the arena.
It's good that you said that
Wait a
because I was gonna question it.
Wait a minute. Okay, so Oren has opened his mouth and closed it several times from this moment.
But it's not an easy task she's given you, because you have to find Nawab Marham, which either means
Yes.
it either means you have to find his hidden lair in the sewers, or you have to wait until he is meeting with the viziers in a political way, and then sort of ambush him to get a meeting with him while he's talking to the viziers.
Well, the viziers, I mean, that's like what a political meeting, if it's even once a week, usually it's once a month. Well, the way things in local politics are anyway. I don't know if that's how it works in Ram.
You
but,
already have access to the palace, so if you hang out in the palace, you have a chance.
Okay.
Okay.
But what I want to know is, and I can't think of any better way to beat around the bush than just to ask this. Look, you've made your feelings about the gladiatorial games well known. Thank you for that. But are you going to do anything nefarious? Are you going to try to, stop the games or do some kind of a act of protest or disruption of the games? Is that what your plan is?
Were I in control, I would ban the gladiatorial combats. Too many of my kin have been forced into those arenas to die.
Well, I can appreciate that. And maybe that's something that needs to change for the future of Ram.
Would you be willing to do some compromise?
And would Erden more.
You must understand that if you are offering that request, you're taking away completely all of the control from the dwarves and what they're proud of.
and the revenue stream.
And
Yes.
you know very well that the dwarves will never bow down to any of these.
Erdenmore would never agree. I know.
Knowing dwarves.
Well,
I am aware.
Look, I don't think that stopping the gladiatorial games is going to be a possibility. Knowing what I know about the society of the Tablelands, it's just steeped in. However,
just knowing dwarves and their ways.
oh sure. However, I can respect Nawab Shiala's point that the elves forced into these shall not continue.
No, that we definitely can work on that.
All right, I think we have enough here to work on.
But we must give you a warning. If you are to attempt something during that arena, we will find you.
And you'll be, but most importantly, you'll be squandering this opportunity to elevate elves in a way unseen across the Tablelands.
She smiles at that. She appears to like the idea of a place for elves.
All right.
Rays of sun begin to
Paolo.
breach the window behind her, and she says, "My shadow fades with the dawn, but my offer remains. Contact my agents when you have decided where your blades will fall."
I bow low before she fades. Or if there's a more traditional elven way to bid someone farewell, I'll do that, of course.
Okay. So,
I don't know if there's anything. I'll have to go check on the wiki, the Dark Sun wiki.
Shiala's shadow spell fades out. You are left with the Night Runner elves in this shadowy room here. One of the females, or a pair of the females, will approach. They will tell you that they are scions of the Night Runner elves. They will offer you a psionic tattoo of contact if you wish.
Yeah.
That would be most helpful.
All right. They can each cast it, so who's going to get one?
Do you want it, Orin?
Yes.
All right, Oren, you gain a tattoo that allows you to make contact with the Night Runner elves through this scion. The elf will tell you once you have activated the tattoo, you will have a limited amount of time where the contact will stay active. So hopefully you will have your message prepared before you activate the tattoo.
We won't waste your time. Once we have, once we know that we can get everyone together, we will. That's when we will most likely use it.
So Oren's got a tattoo. The other scion could also make one if somebody wants a backup.
I'll say that Ringside wants one. He hasn't spoke for a while, but
Yeah, I'll agree to that.
Okay. So, pick a body part. You know how it goes. You gotta pick a spot for your tattoo to reside. A spot that is accessible by your hand when you want to activate it. So if you put it on your grundle, it's going to be difficult to cast in the middle of combat.
Frick is a grundle.
It's that
Oh,
little
I've heard
strip
that
of flesh
before.
between your balls and your butthole.
yeah,
Why have you described this?
yeah.
I choose
I
the
wa-
neck, thank you.
I want the inside of my right cheek. You know,
It's under my left eyelid.
I gotta
Alright.
spread my.
When I want to cast it, I blink really hard.
Shiala.
There you go.
Okay. Anyway. All right.
I don't know if lizard man have gruntles.
No, they have scales, so they don't have enough hair for a grundle.
Oh no.
The key defining factor of the grundle is how hairy it is.
Well, okay. So now we need to go ahead and track down Marham, and I'm noticing that humans make up just under half the population of Ram. So making it a tyranny of a minority would just never really fly, right? But we can kind of slow walk that process. by at least giving maybe a republic option.
If you're going by demographics, humans have it with 40%, the dwarves
40%.
20%, the elves 15%. So the elves have the smallest actual stake by demographics,
Right.
and the dwarves have half of what the humans have. So, typically, if it was democratic, the humans would win.
Right. But it's not going to be democratic. It's going to be by these noble houses, essentially.
Now, the dwarven faction also consists of 10% of the moles and 5% of the half giants, so it's actually more like a 35% faction, which is why it compares to the 40% of humans.
Plus, they're fighters as well.
Yeah, they are mostly strong gladiators, which makes them a fairly tough faction in the war.
Mm-hmm.
Ninja, when we went to the gladiatory place, wasn't the arena fights pretty much voluntary?
Yes.
The elves just spouting bullshit?
Well, maybe. Good catch.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I do
And
believe
also
so.
they were saying
They're all pretty proud of it.
they were saying that the fights were pretty much mostly not like fights were not to the death.
I thought that was
Like
only
the-
for tier.
Oh. You might have caught Shiala in a lie.
Oh yeah. She's
The fighting pits where the dwarf guy explained was that the fights just go until either first blood or until the person is being knocked out or incapacitated and gives up. Only some people die, but that's like very rare and accidental. So, yeah. So I was just like, what is she talking about? Like, the death thing.
What the gladiator games are is the biggest source of income for the dwarven faction, so if they cease to exist, so would his money to fund his war efforts.
It's a matter of power struggle here between these three. It's like, and like, I don't know whether we're gonna have a hard time bringing them all together.
Yeah.
Like it might end up becoming I don't know. Are we gonna be taking sides?
Well, of course we're taking sides, but
Currently, you've sort of offered to the Templars and to the dwarves that you're sort of on their side.
Yeah. Well, the Templars will bow, I think. I don't know. The dwarves, they're the one that seems to have a little bit more alliance all around, that are capable of working with most factions.
They're very popular. People like the gladiator games.
And I feel like I feel like the elves are probably the ones that are the most troublemakers.
well, that was the vibe I was getting, and I wanted to not believe it.
Yeah, I wish you would have been there during that when we were at the arena.
Which arena?
When we visited the dwarves at the arena.
Dwarves of the arena. What?
Here in Rom,
You were gone that.
when everybody first got to Rom, they explored different parts. The arena is a big part of it.
Yeah, we gambled on a couple of fights too.
Yep, I made a whole mini game where you could bet.
Do we want to do the ceremony, the fire sacrifice?
And we got a few minutes left. We got, what, 19 minutes? All right, so you're going to go to the outskirts of town where the low caste deal with the dead bodies.
Yeah. It should be at night, because it's a bonfire. Yeah,
Sorry,
go
I'll wait till you're done. Sorry.
on. We have the bard. I hired bards. There should be a giant feast as well for people to be fed. We wanted to bring as many people as possible to cleanse them with the cleric of all their ticks and everything. And do a sacrifice and hope that we can get a good omen.
All right. So there's a big party, a big celebration. 1,000 people show up. So that's going to
That's
give you
huge.
a bigger bonus.
That is huge.
It is.
So having a large gathering, you get +1 for 10 followers. You get another +1 for 100. So let's see. Ceremony lasting an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Prime location. It is not a shrine to your deity. It is not consecrated. It is not hallowed. It is public, so that's another 1.
Okay.
And then 2 for the number of people. I'll even give you a third one because there's so many. It's like an order of magnitude more.
So how much? How much for that?
Hang on. I'm still doing the checklist. So they were not tortured.
No.
They suffered injuries prior to death, so they were diseased. So maybe that counts.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad injury.
They weren't wicked or pure. They were sentient, low level. I'll give you a 1 for that. They were not a boss monster.
No.
They were not an impossible foe. They were not water religion.
No.
They were not hated by your deity. They were not willing, but duped. Okay, so I'm getting +7 from the checklist.
+7?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's going to be a big one. I'm rolling. I got a big plus for that one, so. Oh, shoot. I didn't roll great, though.
Damn it.
35.
35. All right.
Yeah. But it's still a big spectacle, anyways. 35 is.
All right. How many does this create? 3. All right. You've created 3 creatures. They're flaming zombies.
More flaming zombies. Those are permanent, huh?
Yep.
What happened to your last flaming zombie?
It's at my fire temple.
All right. In the Discord, this is the flamer zombie creature. So they are a CR1 zombie. They're pretty slow. They don't have a lot of hit points. But they have fire form. If they touch a creature, they set it on fire like a fire elemental does. They also glow, so they create light. They don't like water. So.
No, they're gonna go straight to the fire temple, and they're gonna be servants.
Yeah. They are permanent undead, so they were made with a create undead spell, but it's got a unlimited timer instead of a 24-hour timer. So.
Sorry, why do you have undead now?
So he had a massive pile of the diseased corpses found throughout the city, and he did a massive bonfire party with thousands of celebrants, and everybody watched this pile of immolating bodies burn down, and when it did, 3 flamer zombies emerged as part of the sacrifice, and they serve Grimoire.
Were the rats inside the corpses?
They were feeding on the corpses, so quite a few rats did get destroyed.
Nice. And we're clearing this town out of the plague. How much of a difference have we made so far with the disease?
92%.
Oh, damn. That's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Huge.
Most of it was because you caused a lot of the rats to return to their homes underground in the sewers and elsewhere.
Good. Oh, we made some good in this town.
sure did.
Yeah, fed a bunch of people. I'm telling you, man. I think we should take over Rom and make it our town.
No, yeah, just screw over all of the factions and keep it for yourself.
Exactly. Screw this. This is too complicated. Let's take over.
Well, that would be
I wouldn't
interesting.
strictly
You
be
could,
opposed, but I think we're spreading ourselves rather thin.
so you could defeat the dwarf faction but keep the arena open. You could defeat the elf
Yeah.
faction but keep the elven market. You could defeat the human thieves guild faction, empowering the Templars because crime is now solved.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure how the elves would feel about being run by non-elves.
Well, if you defeat the elf faction, they're probably just gonna go to the desert. They would just like decrease the amount of elves in the city.
Yeah. Which was actually the question I wanted to ask earlier. Are there tribes around in the desert that once this becomes stabilized and proof of concept is established, that maybe they would move in, like immigrate into Rome?
Now, it goes against elven custom. They're a very nomadic people. They don't like to be pinned down in a permanent location like a city.
Yes.
So it goes against their sort of psychology, I guess. But maybe some of them could. A small percentage of the elves would.
And she wants to make a netno state out of this place. That lady.
That would be hard to do. There's only 15% of the elves.
I know.
Even if they all came to town, it would only be like 20, 25%.
I'm telling you, man. I'm thinking more and more we should take over this town. And be the leaders.
Of 80,000, that's a fool's errand.
We decide who manages the place, you know? I know. If we can have like one strong faction, at least, you know. But I
I'd
guess
rather not limit the talents of this place to one group of nutters.
no. There has to be an equilibrium.
I feel like it's a pretty hard decision. If I had to choose, I would have a hard time picking a faction to go with here.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to create some sort of champion to unify these idiots.
Yeah, well, that's becoming us.
Well, it used to be Sorcerer Queen Abalakara, and she ruled through intimidation and fear.
Yeah, it feels like lately we're the one that has been bringing the most order and peace and making everyone better in this time.
All right, you know what? Time for me to let me lock in for a second. I kept having to piss off. Tell me each faction's name and primary motivation.
Yeah.
Okay, the recap.
I can take care of that.
Yeah, you've had it written down several times.
Yeah.
I have. So I'm just gonna put this here.
Subject of study.
I put a lot of thought and writing into this over weeks and months. But the point is, here we go. This is a snippet of that chapter in my notes. But the humans, basically, again, their issue with the crime. They're into that. The militant dwarf is.
It's important to
As-
note that
as-
Marham is a politician and a populist demagogue. So he is like the Donald Trump of Rom.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Wait, what is human here for?
Marham?
Human?
Oh, Martin's
No,
the guy in the sewers.
Yeah.
No, this part of this is just that just says human.
Maybe he.
I don't know what you're saying.
Nawab Marham is the human.
Yes.
It said noble factions in Rom, and human was at the top.
Yeah. There's the human faction, the dwarf faction, and the elf faction.
Oh, sorry. You know what? You're right. That is bad. Okay. When I started writing my notes, that shouldn't be there. Human is the first one. The other one is dwarf. The other one is elf. So I didn't put the headings under them, but I messed up. My bad. I can fix that. Here we go. Delete. File. And save.
what is House McKay's? What makes them distinct from normal merchant houses?
They are Ramite.
Just the national. They're just the other ones, but this
Like,
time
this
they're
is-
in Rom.
Yeah, it's just a nationality thing. I would say that House McKay is probably one of the better merchant houses. They're not especially cruel like House Salaxa or anything.
Yeah. Um, I was taking a shining to them back in the days of the Road of Fire. Uh, but their secret police, that's kind of effed up.
Yes,
Who are
the
the-
Kuataga, they're loosely overseen by the Templars. They were the secret police of Abalak Ra. They are psionicists. So the city here has 3 psionic schools, and many people train in psionics. And the Kuataga are like the psychic investigators that help the Templars solve crimes and things like that.
So do the Templars have their specific name?
So, yeah, the High Templar, his name is, Kazik Ulram.
I mean, do the Templars themselves have a name?
They are the Templars of Ram.
Yeah, just the old people in command, the police,
His full title
Politicians.
is Kazik Ulram, Templar Commander of the Fallen Queen.
And what does he want?
He
his
is...
old title back.
No, he wants the Civil War to be over so that an established king or queen rules over the city, and for him to be the chief of police of that city.
Yeah.
So he just wants law and order. He's opposed to the Thieves Guild. He's opposed to the Assassins. He probably is not opposed to the Dwarves. The Gladiator Arena is an established part of the tourism and economy of the city, so he's not opposed to the Dwarves at all.
Who is the Thieves Guild? What's their name?
Human Marham.
Nawab Marham, he is a...
No, I mean, wait. I mean, does the Thieves Guild itself has a name?
No.
No.
So Marham is a demagogue and a populist, and he's often talking to the poor people in the city, and he's got the Thieves Guild, which are, among the poor, the little pickpockets and thieves that steal from the merchants and stuff. So all of them, they do serve him, and he serves them as their politicians. So he'll protect them against the law. So that's why the Templars probably don't like him as much, because he helps the criminals get away with stuff using his political power.
Okay.
Okay. I have a question, actually. Is the only thing really tying the Elven, the Nightmare tribe, is the lucrative deals as freaking assassins and mercenaries? Like Ramorn said, if we just took out all 3 of the leaders of the town and then just installed our own puppets, like, would the Elven tribes, does it seem to Orin that that they would just like say, you know what, okay, she was the only thing tying us to this, and if we don't have our lucrative assassination gig going on, we're just going to go ahead and dip and go back to being nomads?
If the Civil War ended and Shiala wasn't the queen of the city, then she would probably leave, because she's making a lot of money due to the Civil War, fighting, sending her assassins to attack nobles to help one faction or the other. So she's making a lot of money from the Civil War, but if she wasn't making money and she wasn't queen, if her faction had lost, then she would probably fuck off into the waste.
The
elves don't
The
really have any
factions-
ties to a city. She's trying to create a tie to the city, but if she loses, then there will be no tie to the city.
Yeah.
Does the dwarf faction and the elf faction have specific names?
That's it.
I've just been calling them the Night Runners and the Arena faction. So there's Not a specific faction name, but it is the arena. They are the gladiators. So that's just sort of shorthand. But for the elves, there is a name, the Night Runner Elves. They're a tribe of elves for the region of Rom. And they're very pale because they always do everything at night. They're fully nocturnal.
Live in the shadows, huh?
Yep. They use
Okay.
shadow magic and psionics, and they live in the shadows.
They're
The
not
Guild
so-
Arena, Night Runner Elves, House McKay, the Templars, the Kuataga. Am I missing anyone?
That's pretty much it. You guys haven't really gone to talk to the people of House McKay, so that's another
No.
location you might visit while getting a feel for the factions in town.
Yeah, these elves at the end of the day, they're not suited to be the leading group of this city.
Not unless they get to run the whole show, and that's not going to go well.
Yeah, that's just gonna be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
We-
I'm
yeah.
almost getting ready to go ahead and just tell Xiaoha it's time for you to leave,
Right?
because it's just not going to go well.
Well, let's talk with the humans next week. Let's try to find them. Have a conversation with them. I think it might be worth to crunch our head once we've talked to a little bit of everyone.
Okay,
See what they're like, what they're willing.
Do you want
what
to explore the sewers to try to find the Thieves Guild, or do you want to wait a few days until there is a meeting of the Viziers to try to find him at the meeting?
We can do both. There's no reason
Yeah.
why having more information isn't helpful. So if we can actually find their lair, that's always going to be helpful information.
All right.
Mhm.
So then I'll try to prepare both of those ideas. Okay.
Yeah, and what about
I'm not saying you necessarily have to do a whole lot of prep. I mean, if Oren and his agents can find that, then, you know, it just becomes like maybe a one-room thing where, you know, Oren, you know, gets his way to the hidden lair after he, you know, teleports out or whatever he does, you know, or if I have to pin him down, then, you know, that's something that I do.
what about House McKay? Would you like would it be worth to meet with him?
That's something that I'm thinking if, okay, I don't want to think of them as ice, but like, if we were able to kind of wrangle them in and kind of figure out who's pulling the chains of House McKay, and you know, so make the Kuataga basically not, well, I guess it's not really crazy. It's like not off the deep end. You know, it's a secret police that doesn't seem to be beholden to anyone, unless maybe it's going to Kazagararam, but it doesn't seem to be the case. I don't know. Ninja, is Kazak, the Templar commander, in charge of House McKay in any way?
No, he is not related to House McKay. The Templars were purely a creation of Avalok Ra for her control of the city.
So the Kuataga just report to House McKay, like
No.
initials.
They report to the Templars. They are the secret police of Ram, so they used to
So
work
they
for
do.
Avalok Ra.
So they do report to Kazakh all around.
The Kuataga report to Kazakh Ram the Templar. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then, yeah. Okay. So
Why do the elves not like the dwarves?
tale as old as time.
Yeah, got it. But like,
It's,
why specifically?
It's about ambition. Erden Moore is trying to become king of Ram. And if he becomes king of Ram, then Shiala cannot become the queen of Ram. Unless they get married. That's not going to happen.
That would be funny. But so why do they want to become the king and queen for any particular reason?
I mean, why does anybody want power? It's a civil war. It would make them immensely rich and powerful.
Yeah, but I don't think Shiala cares about wealth.
Oh, doesn't she? Her whole thing is doing assassinations for money.
Yeah.
It's all selfish, so selfish driven, you know.
All right, here's my take from what I have mentally organized in my head. the Templars and the Kuataga with them are a non-factor in who owns the city, so long as they get to be the guys in charge. They're okay with whoever happens to be in charge, so long as they get to be the arm of the law. So they
Agreed.
don't particularly need to be removed unless we have to freaking reform them somehow.
They could ally with order in the city.
They are on the side of law, though, so that naturally makes them opposed to both the Thieves Guild and the Assassins Guild. So they're just naturally opposed to the elves, just based on what they do.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Wait, hang on, I wasn't done. I'm thinking.
Yeah, go ahead.
The other two main groups I'm seeing here are the ones who, basically, the guys who make their money in a non-problematic way, and the guys who make their money in a way that undermines everyone else. The merchant house and the arena are entertainers and traders, and so it doesn't particularly matter if one of them gets in charge, save for the fact that the arena is very dwarf-centric, which means they probably shouldn't be in charge, because he'd overturn... We can't put a racial supremacist faction in charge, because that doesn't work well.
Well, hang on. So you might be confusing the other elves from the Kern region with, or the other dwarves from the Kern region with these dwarves.
No,
So
I know
so-
he's not racist, but I don't think there's the point being made of he's a dwarf and it's a strong part of his identity.
so
Is
the
that, or then the other faction is a human, and you could say the
No,
same
I'm
thing.
with Ninja on this. I mean,
there's a pretty big
clear
difference. There's a pretty big
Yeah.
difference. The dwarves of Kern are very isolated and very xenophobic. The faction in Rom, the dwarves are 20% of Rom, so 1 out of every 5 citizens of Rom is a dwarf, and Erdenmore sees himself as a Romite first, and not a dwarf first. So he is more, what's the word? Metropolitan. He will interact with all of the races of Rom as long as they're Romite. He likes the people of Rom, and he's an entertainer. So he's trying to entertain them with great battles.
That said, I don't think the entertainer should be king.
Yeah, maybe not.
So
Well,
I think.
no, but by your own logic, you've already basically said that Erdenmore is the front runner to, if anyone, it should be, he's the least destructive.
And you
to the
haven't
whole
met
process.
Marham yet, but by his reputation, the poor people of the city love him.
he's the least destructive,
Elliot,
but I'm
not
not
so
sure if
much.
that would make him good at this. That said,
No,
the
but
two people who stand. Let me get this out of the way. The other faction group is just the guys who are acting as parasites. The Night Runner elves can't be in charge. It's not going to work out. Even if we could reform them into some sort of order of assassins under a greater authority and loop them together with the Kuataga, I guess, they shouldn't be in charge. And I don't think they're going to work with us if we put the dwarf. They basically just cancel each other out.
Well, they cancel themselves with any. I would say that the elves so far have been the one that would be incapable of working with the most factions. When the dwarves are able to work with a lot of the factions, and we don't know about the humans yet, very much, like the thief guilds and all that.
To me, I see two valid options. Well, I guess 3 valid options. Option 1, we take over, which I'm leaving for later, is a possibility. Option 2, House McKay, the merchants take over, the
they aren't in a position.
vanilla option for when the king dies.
That's not an option
Why is that?
because it's like having. It's not a big enough faction to do so. If you're saying House McKay, what you really mean is Erdenmore, I think, because
Yeah, they're just merchants, and they haven't shown the interest in wanting to take over, but they are still important in the region. Like, they have to be able to align themselves with the leading faction.
they're not big enough.
Alright, never mind. Then the actual answer, besides ourselves, is Marham, but he might be a bastard, and we may need to contrive a replacement who is more amenable to not being a bastard.
You did not say Erdenmore. That's crazy.
I'm on the dwarf side.
On the dwarf side?
Yep.
Why is that?
based on everything you've said, the logic yells actually Erdenmore. And like we need
I
to
feel
meet
like
with them.
Marham could be reformed.
Do you really believe that? Like,
All
look,
right,
we
let
don't.
me
We've
rephrase
never
that.
heard
I
of
feel
it.
like Marham's faction could be reformed into like an actual populist movement.
Long, you wanted to say something earlier?
Look, I gotta get to bed, but I'm gonna go ahead and fight you later on this, Taro, and you're gonna lose.
I'm not that committed.
But anyway,
This is fun. This makes for a good debate.
yeah. Um, I have to get up in 5 hours because my
Yeah.
family we got Worlds for Percussion. My wife is taking my son to Ohio. There's a tournament for percussion, Drum Corps International.
Wow.
I was curious. I was trying to ask earlier, like, why does the poor people like the other guy?
So Marham is the head of the Thieves Guild, but he's also a politician. He's a vizier. So he has political power, right? So what he does is that he goes out and he speaks to the poor people and he says like, you're with me, you're my faction, and we're the Ramites, and I'm going to be the king of Ram, and all what's that saying, like, all the rising tide lifts all the ships. So he's like, all of the poor people, if you side with me, I will lift you out of poverty. And in addition to that, he helps through the Thieves Guild to get a lot of the skilled poor people into the Thieves Guild, where they're making a decent amount of money robbing the merchants. There's a lot of mercantilism, House McKay and whatnot. So they've been robbing House McKay, and they've been robbing the laborers union and the merchants guild and all that.
Don't make me want to be like them.
So a bunch of money is flowing from the middle class to the poor class, and then when the merchants and all of them demand a crackdown on the Thieves Guild, he's a vizier and he can say, nah, let's not crack down on crime. These are just poor people that are stealing bread to feed themselves, and he'll politically defend that class of people that contains his Thieves Guild. And then he gets a cut of all of it.
Oh. Is the Assassin's Guild, are they killing the poor people that are stealing because, like, crime is not going
They're
down?
killing nobles.
They will kill
Oh.
noblemen and mansabdar that work for noblemen in order to change the balance of power between the factions. So they're not assassinating the main head people, but they'll go after lesser members that are like that serve the higher members. So maybe Marham is like the head human noble, but maybe he'll have like 20 lesser human nobles underneath him that are
They're
effective.
just destabilizing.
I have a vision now. I have an idea.
I'm thinking I'm still on the side of the dwarfs.
If the dwarf gets in charge, and we can get him and the elf to basically split the Thieves Guild, where the dwarf takes over the populist half of the movement, and then the Night Runner elves get to be like the keepers of the shadow government or something.
You know that's not how that works. You can't just like take that movement and then just put the opposing party at the head of it and think that's gonna work.
It's
The only way-
it's not
the
a
only-
clean divide.
The only way for us to make that happen is if we actually took over the city.
Well, I'm going to end the stream there. Thanks for watching out there in Twitch land.
Yeah, we gotta go. All right.
Have a
Night,
good night.
guys.